Are you a real estate agent that has been asked a question by their client to explain what title insurance is when you provide them with a net sheet? Well, let's spend a little bit of time today talking about how to explain title insurance to your client. My name is Ahmad. Let's talk title. All right, so when explaining title insurance to your client, in particular when you're representing a seller in a transaction, ultimately you want to convey to your seller that the primary purpose of a title insurance policy is to ensure their ability to sell the property to the buyer and to ensure that once the buyer gets the property legally transferred over to them, that the title insurance policy would cover any defects that might show up in public records that aren't caused by the buyer. So in explaining this, really it's ultimately explaining to the sellers and to the buyers in the transaction that the insurance that's going to be issued is going to happen after a title search is done. Our job here at the title company is to receive the title search and to make sure that title is being cleared. Ultimately, all of the things that are showing up that need to be cleared, like the title requirements, any liens, any HOA estoppels that need to be pulled, any additional information that's needed about the seller, or any certified judgments that are recorded in public records are either cleared using recorded documents or affidavits that will end up ensuring that there's no defects that are associated with the title once the contract is executed and the closing occurs and the title is actually transferred over to the buyer. And the primary thing to focus on with the clients is that title insurance, unlike other types of insurance, is a premium is paid one time, and that premium is paid at closing based on the sales price of the property. Now, when you're working with your buyers, the buyer might get a closing disclosure that outlines that they're paying for a policy as well, because ultimately the seller's paying for a policy that ensures their ability to sell the property over to the buyer and providing clear title and a policy to the buyer. And the buyer's paying for their own policy, which covers any loan that might be taken out to be able to purchase the property. So when the buyers are seeing a charge for a title policy on their end, they're ultimately paying for a policy that covers the lender. The lender is getting covered for primarily the same items that the buyer is going to be covered for under the title policy. Mainly, the idea is that the policy is paid one time at the time of closing, and that is ultimately ensuring the legal ownership of the property. So unlike a homeowner's insurance policy that covers the actual structures and in some instances the items in the house, what a title policy is going to cover is any issues that might show up regarding legal ownership of the property. The policy will kick in and protect that buyer and protect the lender so that the buyers and the lenders don't have to expend their own resources defending any claims on title or any defects on title or anything that might not have been cleared properly, either in this transaction or an earlier transaction where a legal issue or legal ownership or right wasn't properly extinguished within the context of a transaction. As if you have any questions about title policies and the benefits of title policies, please feel free to reach out to us here at Landtrust Title Central Florida. We look forward to working with you.